everybody, and welcome back to another Prem Catch Up. And wow, what a week it has been! It has been a week where almost the majority of wins were away wins. This week, quite incredible, quite incredible. But as we always do with these shows, please do remember to hit the like button. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button if you do like the content as well. And it's good to be live again with you guys this evening. And yeah, we'll get into everything. Obviously, Liverpool go 11 points clear now of title rivals Arsenal. Is the title race over? And after Wolves' fantastic victory at Bournemouth, well, is the bottom three now sealed? Well, we will discuss everything. We will discuss absolutely everything as well. But there is only one way, one place to start, and that was for the first time in nearly 9 years, Liverpool won at the Etihad by 2 goals to 0. It was quite I would say it was a very, very good performance today. We were excellent. Mo Salah, who else? 14 minutes, and then Sobazlai away. I've got to say, the two players for me today that played really, really well, Curtis Jones and Dominic Sobazlai, I thought both of them were absolutely superb. And the way that they played, it was almost like we had two number 10s. So it was almost sort of bringing in the City defenders, and they just didn't know what to do. But look, I've got to say, I think that game today, that's a statement one. That is an absolute statement one. Going to the champions and beating them basically comfortably. It was a very, very comfortable win. I didn't really think we had any. I suppose Marmoush maybe. He was a threat. Doku against Trent. I think we've kind of said that was already going to be a battle as well. But I think what really impressed me today was when you look at Trent. Yes, I know people will say he was dribbled past 8 times in the first half, but I think you've got to say Mo Salah is just not a goal scorer. He's not just an assister. He can actually help out the team when he wants to. And I thought today Salah definitely helped out at right back. I thought he was really, really good. So and yeah, fantastic corner to start us off. I mean, it was a fantastic goal to begin with anyway. Lovely corner from McAllister to Sobozlai, and it's just a fantastic goal. Yes, it does take a deflection, but you make your own luck, as we say, and it was really, really good, what to say, today. And then it was 2-0, and it was just poetry in motion after that. Sobozlai again, fantastic, absolutely fantastic goal as well, and really, really good to see. Really good to see. I think he's been excellent this season, Sobozlai. I know many people will say he's not got quite the goals, but his all-round play, his all-round attitude as well, he is fantastic. And I think you've got to say that was really, really good. First half, excellent first half. Second half, yes, we did make it 3-0. It was offside, unfortunately. Sobozlai did go just a fraction too early as well. But what I will say, that's a fantastic result. And yeah, 11 points clear. City, I think you're kind of seeing now the players in that team that will not be there next season. I think we said goodbye to Kevin De Bruyne today. Look, Kevin De Bruyne has been a fantastic player throughout his career at Manchester City, but he's one that deserves to make his money. He's one that deserves to go out there and to Saudi and make his money. I think it's safe to say we won't be seeing him next season for Manchester City. Ederson as well. I think Ederson's going to probably go as well, and I don't think you can say Ake, Stones, Akanji. One of them's going to have to go because I don't think you can rely on really. If we're being honest, you can't really rely on those three to be fit throughout the season. So I think one of them's going to go, and then I look at the players that sort of came on as well. Like Gundogan I think will be gone. Kovacic might be gone as well, but City will be back. I'm pretty sure of that. I think they'll be back next season. I think it's definitely the season to win it because I think they'll definitely be back. But I thought everyone to a T today for us played their part. I thought Kanate was imperious at the back. I thought Van Dijk was imperious at the back. Soboslai. I suppose Endo when he came on as well. He looked really, really good when he came on as well. So it's a statement win. And great to see Cody Gakpo back. And get me in that ground on Wednesday. I cannot wait to be back at Anfield on Wednesday evening. There's nothing like a match, an evening game at Anfield as well. And I think that is going to be some atmosphere. There's definitely going to be a bit of a buzzing atmosphere in there. And especially if we go on and beat Newcastle as well. But yeah, Manchester City 0, Liverpool 2. Liverpool move 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Seven or eight wins, I think, does it. 26 points, I think I saw, will win the title as well. We've got 64 points at the moment. So, yeah, 26 will get us to 90. I think the maximum we can get to is 97, I think. So, yeah, it feels like it's nearly there. And let's win at Anfield. Let's win it at Anfield in front of our fans. Let us win it at Anfield. So, let me see what some of you are saying. Good evening, Chris. Hope you're well. I didn't expect us to win, but didn't expect us to lose either. No, I think you go into these kind of games, Chris. I think you go into those kind of games where, we've not got the best of records at the Etihad. I think it's safe to say. But today just felt like we wanted that more. We wanted that game more. And yes, as a City side, decimated of injuries. Like Erling Haaland being injured is quite incredible to say the very, very least. So. That is very, very strange to say the very least. Arne Slot masterclass shutting Man City out. Absolutely. We played a really, really good game today. Really did. That was a Premier League title winning statement. Not many top teams win at City. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Salah and Diaz helped fullbacks out. Yep. Absolutely. We played 4-2-2-2 today with Jones and Szoboszlai as front two. We did that in pre-season, yeah. And it worked to a T. Worked to an absolute T. John Conway, great win. Absolutely great win, my friend. Really, really good to say. I think it's done for me that was the statement to say that it's done, but also Arsenal with the issues, they will just drop even more points. Yeah, I think Arsenal will drop even more points, because I don't think the false nine, if you will, to talk about it, Medino, I don't think that works. So I think Arsenal missed a real bad trick there. Everyone was superb. Anna Banner, I'm going to get rid of you because you are spamming. Let me just see if I can get rid of that. Put user in timeout. There we go. So yeah, Anna Banner is gone. Hi Elijah as well. Yes. So yeah. Yes. So Manchester City 0, Liverpool 2. In that one, Football game man, Mo Salah man of the match as well. For not surprising to say the very least. So you're gonna have a major rebuild? Yes, I think so. I think City are gonna have a major rebuild, and I think I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if they let a lot go. Definitely say that. To say the very least, it's going to be very, very interesting. To see who goes and see who obviously comes in. Totally Levy and Home Football Podcast. Carl, good evening, my friend. Good when Man City looked bad. I wouldn't say they looked bad. I think it was more Man City played well. Man City played well today. Not as well as us, obviously, but they still had a lot of chances. And Doku had a good game. Marmoush, I thought, had a very, very good game as well. By the way, can we just talk about another disappearing act from Phil Foden today? Where was he? He was poor. He was very, very poor. Savio looked all right against Robertson as well. So, no, look, it's just a very, very good win. And obviously, we'll see what happens. But yes, I am at the game on Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to that game against Newcastle. So yeah, get me in that ground. And Steven Gerrard, great result for Liverpool. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. As well. Right. let us go into what phases slot in. Have we played anyone yet? I know, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. I'm producing the Championship review as I'm not hosting for the second week in a row, so I get to watch you at the same time. Oh, fantastic, mate! Absolutely fantastic. Well, I'll make sure that I share your stream at the after the end of this one. And yeah, you can do the same if you want as well. Have a great game at Liverpool on Wednesday. Thank you, Stephen. I am very much looking forward to that as well. The other game, Super Sunday, today was an absolute humdinger of a game. Nottingham Forest, well, Newcastle United 4, Nottingham Forest 3, one of the games of the season for me. This was unbelievable game of football. Hudson-Odoi put Nottingham Forest in front. I've got to say, I think the goalkeeping of Nick Pope should come into question. I think it was safe to say that he was too far over to his left, so he did give the left-hand side of his net, or the right-hand side of his net, sorry, I should say, too much, too open for Hudson-Odoi to fire that one in. But they weren't ahead for long. Lewis Miley, fantastic strike actually, low into the bottom corner. Sells had absolutely no chance as well. And then it was 2-1 to Newcastle, and again it was almost like the red arrows. Obviously, Gordon goes down the left. Isaac tries to go there as well. I think it's Lewis Hall gets the assist in the end, and Murphy headed it in as well. And then Newcastle made it 3-1 with Isaac. I think Forrest a little bit unlucky to have this one given against them, but no, look, it was a interesting penalty. Let me just say that he chips Sells down the middle. I don't know how Sell didn't save it, to say the very least. But very Newcastle, very good there. And then it was 4-1, 4-1 at half time, and then Newcastle almost had they almost allowed them back into the game almost. Milinkovic got one back to make it 4-2, and then Ryan Yates made it 4-3 to have a bit of a grandstand finish. Now, I'm going to say this now. It was very strange from Newcastle how they managed to sort of lose that lead almost. And that second half showing they'll have to be much better on Wednesday when they go to Anfield, to say the very least. But that's a big win for Newcastle, because I think you go to the Etihad, you lose 4-0. It's not easy, to say the very least. And then they go and beat Nottingham Forest by 4-3. And yes, Nottingham Forest did have a bad day at the office. It's safe to say that. But Forest do get back into the game, and they are showing a real resilience to try and stay in that top four, trying to get Champions League football. And that game on Wednesday against Arsenal is going to be absolutely massive for them as well, because they're not too far away from Arsenal, to say the very least. But yeah, this lineup for Newcastle, obviously Nick Pope was back in goal today. I thought he was a little bit, what's the word, shaky. I mean, obviously we've seen rumours now that apparently Newcastle are going to go in for James Trafford. That seems to have almost been almost confirmed, to say the very least. So yeah, I think personal terms have been agreed. So it'd be interesting to see how much Newcastle will pay Burnley for James Trafford, who seems to be in quite unbelievable form. Not conceding goal after goal for Burnley, which is quite incredible. Lewis Hall, for me, he was undoubtedly one of the players of the match in this game. And obviously Isaac as well. But it'd be interesting to see sort of which players will be back for Newcastle on Wednesday. Again, Forest again. Look, Chris Wood didn't get a goal on his return to St James's Park. I know he got a hat-trick last season. But look, Hudson-Odoi again. I think there's now 5 goals this season that Hudson-Odoi has actually scored from outside the area, which is very good to see as well. Look, it's going to be very intriguing, to say the very least. But that was a good game for Newcastle, and Forest did actually, they played well. They played well, and I think they're going to have a good game on Wednesday against Arsenal. That is a huge game, and yeah, I wouldn't back against Nottingham Forest at home. I'll tell you that much. But good win for Newcastle, and it does keep them ever, ever, ever so closer now towards that top four. And they close the gap on Nottingham Forest as well. So that was Super Sunday. So Super Sunday is taken care of. Now, where will we start? I think, let me take a drink first. Stephen saying Mo Salah's man of the match for me. Yeah, I would say he was probably man of the match as well. I know Sky gave him a man of the match as well. I would have given this to either him or Sobel. But then again, I would have given it to Kanate. I think Kanate was really, really good today as well. So always good to see. Right, let us go. Well, let's go to Friday night football. Hello, Agnes, as well. Leicester City 0, Brentford 4. Now, this game, I think a lot of Leicester City fans saw this game towards them, and I think they all said the same thing. This needs to be a win. This needs to be a win. My goodness me, they were blown apart in 32 minutes by Brentford. Absolutely excellent performance from Brentford, I've got to say. Worrying times for Leicester City, I think is safe to say, because if you look at Leicester City, they've got 17 points. They're 5 points behind Wolves now, as well. But let's just talk about Brentford. That's now 4 away wins in a row, at Palace, at West Ham, at Southampton, and now Leicester. And they did the job. They did the job again. Damsgaard again. I think he was really key in this game. Obviously had a say in 2 of the goals as well. It was very, very good to see Vissa on the score sheet again. You know that front three of Brentford, Shada, Vissa, and Mbeumo has been fantastic to watch this season. They've been very, very good to say, the very, very least. But I think Vissa is another player that seems to be on the radar for a couple of clubs. I think he's been really, really good. And yeah, Mbeumo cutting on the left, and it was a fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. Norgard added a third as well. And Fabio Carvalho, yeah, that's sort of the forgotten man almost at Brentford, to say the very, very least. But he managed to get himself on the score sheet, which was always good to see, as well. But if you're Leicester, I would be very, very worried, because I think I've had a look at your next few games, and my goodness me, I think if you manage to get anything other than 6 points out of those next 7, I think you could be looking potentially towards relegation. I hate to say it, but Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's came in. It's 2 wins from 14. It's not good for him. But again, I don't think Leicester City have got the squad this season. I don't think they've had the squad. They've obviously had PSR issues as well. They've had potential transfer ban onto them as well. If they go down next season, then the EFL might sanction them as well. So really, really interesting to say the very, very least. But when I look at this Leicester side, look, they've still got Wout Weghorst, they've got Christensen. Most of this team is still the Brendan Rodgers team that got relegated, if we're being, brutally, brutally honest with ourselves. They obviously didn't have Hermansen, so you can give them a pass. Faze, Christensen, Ndidi, Sumari, Vardy, obviously, as well. And then when you look on the bench, Vestergaard, it's just, I just don't think Leicester have got the squad, and I find it very, very difficult for them staying up. I really, really do. And would there be a point in sacking Van Nistelrooy? I just, I just, I just don't see. I just don't see who would come in and really improve this Leicester City side. I think big changes need to be made. I think when you look at Leicester, I think they are a side that definitely need next season. I think they need to sort of look at next season and almost sort of not really sort of go for it, but I think they need to just focus for next season, because I honestly think they're down. I can't see them getting many points coming up in the next few games. Um, but if you're Brentford, I think you've got to say Brentford were really, really good in this game. And one player in particular, I've obviously mentioned him, Damsgaard. I think he was really, really good in this game. Obviously got the start. I think he got the man of the match. Yeah, he did. And obviously Burma had an assist as well. So very good win for Brentford. I know people would make fun of them of not having many away wins this season, but that's a very, very good result for Brentford. But if you're Leicester, I think you need to focus on next season. I think you need to focus on next season, and yeah, I think they're going down. Sadly, I think they are going down. Guys, get your thoughts down below. Get your thoughts down below, and I will read every single comment as well. Well, let us go to a controversial game at Goodison Park. When is it never controversial at Goodison Park? Everton 2, Manchester United 2. Now, I'll say this now, for 65 minutes of that game, Everton were the better team by a complete mile. Manchester United looked devoid of ideas. They looked really, really sloppy, really, really poor. And if I'm being honest, Everton should have won that game. Everton should have won that game. We will get onto the decision that is obviously dividing a lot of people's opinions. Was it a penalty on Ashley Young? Well, I will get to that shortly. But again, Everton, that's a good result for them. David Moyes is doing a fantastic job, let's be honest. Beto did obviously open the scoring for Everton. Very, very good finish into the top corner. I don't know what Onana was doing. Poppadom arms and all this as well with Onana, but yeah, I think Everton did very, very well. And then the second goal, why is Onana just punching it back right into the danger area? And obviously Doucouré scored to make it 2-0, and 2-0 at half time. It could have been 3, could have been 4. Manchester United were absolutely dreadful, to say the very, very least, but they did spark a bit of a comeback. I think Garnacho definitely changed the game, to say the very, very least. But again, the one thing with Garnacho is that he is a very good player, but he does have a tendency to go down very easily. And I think when you look at the goal that Fernandes got, it was a fantastic finish. Let me just say that, fantastic finish from Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte obviously got the second as well. That was a great strike, actually. But low and bottom into the bottom corner. That was a really good strike, to say the very, very least. Manchester United, not a good team, says Stephen. You can say that again. You can say that again. And then the decision of all decisions. Should Everton have had a penalty? My opinion, when I looked at it first, I thought definite penalty. I've had another look at it again. It's a clear dive by Ashley Young. I think what is most amazing as well, I think Ashley Young got booked in this game. And he came off the bench. Yes, he did. So if the penalty's not given, why is he not being given a second yellow for diving, which is quite incredible? But only Everton will kick themselves of not winning that game, because the first half they were absolutely all over Manchester United, to say the very, very least. And yeah, I mean, look, it's 14th place against 15th place, simple as that. And Everton and Man United get out with a draw. But I think Everton best team out for about 65 minutes, and then Manchester United definitely came back into it. And again, I said Garnacho did change the game as well. But I've got to say Beto has been very, very good for Everton. I've got to say he has been really, really good. Sub Douglas, you have no idea how happy I am right now. I am delighted, mate. Absolutely delighted. Don't worry, this is just Pepsi. But as I said at the start of the show, elevator. I am at Anfield on Wednesday, so I'm going to the Newcastle game, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that will be very, very good. But Everton, Beto, Doucouré, that is a very good partnership, I think, as well. And actually Alcaraz, as well, the on loan Juventus player. I think he's looking very, very good as well. Manchester United, I'm going to be honest. Rasmus Højlund has now gone 16 games without a goal. Now, if that was Darwin Núñez, if that was Nicholas Jackson, Sky and TNT would be, making things about why they haven't scored. Rasmus Højlund, 16 games without a goal. I'm going to be honest, he's not good enough for Manchester United. He's not good enough. Simple as, yes, I know people can say he doesn't get the service, but he ain't good enough. He isn't good enough. And it's just not great. Not great to say the very, very least. But that squad is really, really bad. You've got Dorgu, I think, was the best of the bad bunch in this game. I think Dorgu played very, very well. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes did get man of the match. But Amorim has got a big, big problem there. He needs to bring his players in fast because that United squad is just not bad. Just not great at all, to say the very least. Kamran Gasumper fan, hello. Hello, nice to meet you. But yeah, Man United very, 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 very lucky to get anything out of this game. And yeah, I think it's going to be a long summer. I think it's going to be a long, long summer because United are just not with it at the moment. As well, and yeah, I think Garnacho definitely had a good enough game for him, but yeah, it's disappointing for Manchester. But if you're Everton, you just have to keep on going, and yeah, look, it's a very, very good point for them, and we'll see what happens midweek. So we'll go into the 3 o'clock games. We'll go on to the 3 o'clock games. Hi, brother. Hello, Arun. I think I said that right. Elevator says, should Liverpool start putting more focus on the Champions League? It's a good question. For me, win the league first, and then see what happens. But I think this next game against Newcastle, then we obviously have a week to prepare for. We've obviously got a week to prepare for PSG as well. So that'll be a big relief to the players, to say the very least. Aaron says thoughts on Chelsea. Well, funnily you were saying, I was actually just going to go to Chelsea. Funnily enough, as well, we only have one Premier League game in March, and it's against Southampton at home. So that's why I think we should put a lot more focus on that tie versus PSG in the UEFA Cup final against Newcastle. Look, I'm going to be honest. I think Southampton, we should be looking to win that game, and I think we will. I think we will win that one comfortably. So I think Southampton are probably resigned to the fact they're going down, to say the very least. PSG, look, away is difficult. It's difficult to go to the Parc des Princes, but look, we've done it before. Gary says Talio Douglas, number 20 incoming. One would replace Diaz and Jota with Cunha and Isaac. Yeah, Cunha. Cunha's an interesting one, to say the very least. But I think what we will all know is United will spend lots of money, fans get hyped, and then those new signings disappoint and they fall off again. Yep, absolutely. And Agnes says, please say hi. I've already said hi to you as well. So Arun says thoughts on Chelsea. Well, it's no wins in 10 now for Chelsea. And they'll be wondering why they haven't won this game. Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1. Now, first things first, Marcus Rashford got 2 assists. Yes, that's right. Marcus Rashford got 2 assists in this game. And Asensio got a double. But Enzo Fernandez did get the opening goal. Yeah, great play down the right from Chelsea, to say the very, very least. But I don't know what Emi Martinez was doing, to say the very, very least. But no, I thought Neto played well in this game. I thought he played well. And yeah, look, it's going to be very, very interesting, to say the very least. But I think Chelsea's a very, very strange one because I look at this Chelsea side and it is still an up and coming side. Look, I said last week, if you don't win the Conference League, I would say that would be failure because I look at the teams left in that competition and I think you should be winning that pretty comfortably, if I'm being really honest. And I think when you look at Chelsea as a side, look, Enzo Fernandez did get the opening goal, which was very, very good to say. But after that, they just allowed Villa back into the game. You know, is is it going from the fact now that are Chelsea looking towards next season? Possibly looking towards next season. But oh, okay. Let me get my cup of tea. So there we go. So as I was saying, Chelsea, I think they will stick with Enzo Maresca, but they need to sell some of that squad. The problem is, though, they've got them in loads and loads of big money contracts, and that is the problem with Chelsea. And for the love of God, buy a goalkeeper. Buy a good enough goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez is shite. Okay, excuse my French, but he is shite. Jorgensen at the weekend, oh my days, he just lets it go straight through him. Now, goalkeepers union, if you let it go through you, that's a goalkeeping mistake. If you get beat at the near post, that's a goalkeeping mistake. What he did, he just basically lets a really, really simple shot go past him from Asensio and dives over it. Dives completely over it. So I'm lost of words with Chelsea. I really am. Because, and again, Cole Palmer goes disappearing in another game, which that's a bit of a worry as well. I think when Chelsea do win games, Cole Palmer seems to be influential in these games. But this season, we're kind of seeing that if he doesn't score or if he doesn't assist, Chelsea don't win the game. So someone's going to have to step up. I know that Nicholas Jackson is injured. I think Chelsea are definitely missing Nicholas Jackson, to say the very, very least. And Kunku obviously started. He had a poor game. Sancho as well. Chelsea are a mess. And it remains to be seen whether Todd Bowley decides, to give Maresca another crack for next season. But if you're Villa, that's a big win because a lot of people sort of criticised them after the Ipswich game, to the very, very least. But excuse me, but that is a big win for Aston Villa. But yeah, Chelsea, disappointing, very, very disappointing as well. Let's see what some of you are saying for this. If United go down, it'll be funny. United aren't going down. Yeah, mate, they're not going down. I'll say that now. They're not going down. I'd be very, very shocked if they went down. But I think now they're about 13 points above the relegation zone, and that's even with them. That's even with Ipswich and Leicester to potentially catch them. I don't think so. Arun says, I'm a Chelsea fan. I think as a Chelsea fan, we should look to close the March with a win. That'll be a big motivation moving on to the next month. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're at home, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get onto the fixtures shortly. But you'll be looking to end February with a win. It's simple as that. It'd be funny, but they're lucky that the promo teams every year are absolute dog shit. Yeah, no words for them. At least Chelsea needs to sign a much better goalkeeper. Facts. Chelsea might get better at the Europa League next season, but we're not a contender of champions, pretty sure. And as you said, if we don't win the Conference League, that is a big flop. Yeah. Look at some of the teams in your side of the draw as well. You should be at least making that final. If you don't, then something is completely wrong. You could have got better, couldn't you? You could have got better, so that would have been even more funny. But yeah, I don't think Chelsea will Chelsea will probably be in the final. I think they'll be in the final. Then Fiorentina. To be fair, I haven't actually had a look at the brackets, so I'll need to have a look at that. If Chelsea don't win the Europa Conference League, that would be more embarrassing than the League Cup final loss to Liverpool last year. I agree with that. Now, Chelsea Maresca will be gone next season. Yep. Liverpool in the league at Anfield against Arsenal. To be honest, Gary, I think it might be done before then. I think it might be done before then. I think I read 26 points will do it. So that would be amazing to do. And as I've said, win it at Anfield. That is the best thing to do, win it at Anfield. So that'll be very, very good. That would be fun to carry. Yes, it would be. Absolutely. As well. But, well. Arsenal nil. West. First things first, congratulations to West Ham. Another win at the Emirates. Graham Potter magic. I didn't think there was a particularly good game. I watched the highlights, and apart from sort of Calafiore's strike, Arsenal were sort of playing tippy-tappy, 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 and it wasn't going anywhere. And the winning goal came from a breakaway. And Odegaard, wow, what did we say about this? Odegaard, 7 touches, and yeah, led to the West Ham goal. And Bowen scored again, which is very, very good to see. But Miles Lewis-Skelly also got sent off. I think it's red card. He's completely denying the goal scoring opportunity. Dogs, but he'll only be banned for 1 match as well. I think Raya had a good game in this one, but all the players have to go to West Ham because I think West Ham are very good about it. Adam Wan-Bissaka got man of the match as well. A player who sort of had a bit of a bad reputation at Manchester United, but I think when you got to say, I think he played very, very well, to say the very, very least, in this game. But yeah, West Ham, very, very good win. Arsenal again, well, it does look like you're going to fall short again. And I think you'll look to the fact that, you don't have a striker. Merino is not a striker. It's as simple as that. It's not that at all. So I think you have to say, well done to West Ham. Kudus and Bowen, that front two looked very, very good. There was a funny wee thing as well. I don't know if anyone saw it. Raya went up for a corner and actually outpaced James Ward-Prowse to get to the ball, which I thought was very, very funny. Obviously, this was in the last minute because obviously Arsenal did throw in the kitchen sink at the end there. But yeah, I mean, the one thing as well, I think you've got to say, Arsenal are really short with players. I look at Trossard and then Wary. I think they've got Chelsea coming up, and I think Raheem Sterling is actually ineligible. We will be ineligible to play against Chelsea. So it's they are a mess. And they don't score enough goals, and that's been the reason why they've fallen 11 points behind, because yesterday had all that possession, but they didn't do anything with it, and West Ham go in the counter-attack and score, and that is a very, very good win. I think Declan Rice had one of the poorer games for Arsenal, to say the very, very least. So, but fair play to West Ham, they did the job, and yeah, give Liverpool that incentive now to go 11 points clear. Guys, is the title race over? I think that the one thing I'll take away from this title race is that Arsenal have not won 3 games in a row this season. Liverpool have done it a lot. It's safe to say they've done it a lot. I've lost count how many times we've done it. We went 22 games unbeaten until obviously PSV beat us. We obviously went unbeaten when Forest beat us at Anfield as well. So, but the potential to be unbeaten away from home is quite something, to say the very, very least. Look, it's it's going to be very, very interesting to say the very least. But Arsenal will go again next season, but you need to sort out that striker. You need to sort out that striker badly. Yeah, so, but fair play to West Ham. Very good win for the Hammers there. Let's see what you were saying. One question: which striker do you think we will sign in the summer if we sign one? Cunha. I think Cunha would be the one. I think there's a clause in his contract. We all release clauses, don't we? That if a big club comes in for him, I think he'll be off. So I think if Liverpool approach them, then I think he comes, to be honest. If we get 90 points to win the league, Arsenal's max is 89. We have net 64, so we need 36 points to win the league. 26, mate, 26. Because 64 and 36 will get to us to 100, and we can't get to 100. I think the maximum we get to is 97. How poetic would it be if we actually won the title with 97 points? That would be something. I don't think we'll get to 97 points, but the thought is there. The thought is there. Obviously, justice for the 97 as well. Aaron says, my guess will be Maresca will stay with Chelsea next season. The reason is he's pretty good than other managers, and after a long time, manager stayed in Chelsea for one full season. Yeah, he's done a good job. He has done a good job. Steadied the ship a little bit. It took United 26 years to aim one more league title than Liverpool. Douglas, Liverpool surpass United and Bacon face aka Fergie. Yes, I think we will. I think we will surpass them at some point. If we win the league, I think everyone has to accept we're bigger than Manchester United. Facts. Absolutely facts. Arsenal got nothing up front, quite frankly. That Forest game has 0-0 PR, 1-0 Forest written all over it. I actually think Forest will beat them comfortably, if we're being honest. I think Forest are more about them. And not many teams have actually won at the City Ground as well. So I think Forest, if my memory serves me correctly, I think after the FA Cup weekend, I think they go to Forest. City go to Forest, I think. City at Spurs, by the way, on Wednesday. So yeah, I think Forest have still got a lot to play for. Forest against City is massive, actually. Starting at fourth, so that would be very, very good. Douglas, do you think Arteta will win a Prem? Difficult to say, but he doesn't strike me as a manager to get you across the line. I think there's the safest thing to say there. To be fair, I don't know who they will replace him if they sack him. But to be honest, this year basically won it. It ain't done, but basically as next year, Man City will come back with a much fresher record. Yeah, absolutely. Daniel Spencer, I'm a Liverpool supporter. I am a Liverpool supporter. I don't know if you can see there. Actually, there we go. Liverpool. So yeah, Liverpool fan. Isn't Cunha a winger? He is a winger, but he can play as a striker as well. You can play as a striker. Daniel Spencer, hello. Nice to see you. Yes, it's been a very good day. Been a very, very good day. But yes, Arsenal 0, West Ham 1. Congratulations to the Hammers, and congratulations to Graham Potter as well. Now, I did ask as a title race. Is the bottom three now sealed? AFC Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. And we're obviously speaking about Matthias Cunha potentially to Liverpool. He got the winning goal again in this game as Barney was sent off for Bournemouth. I've got to say, looking at that red card, I'm not so sure that was a red. I think the referee in this game, Michael Salisbury, had a bit of a shocker, if I'm being honest. I didn't think it was a red card. And Matthias Cunha was a very, very good finish, I think, as you've got to say as well. But yeah, I am actually asking the question, is the bottom three now sealed? Because Wolves are now moved 5 points clear of the bottom three. They've moved 5 points clear of Ipswich and Southampton. Sorry, Ipswich and Leicester, I should say, as well. So yeah. Oh, Daniel, my partner supports Arsenal. I'm trying to sympathise with her, but it's tough. Ouch. Ouch. Anthony will come back to United next season. I think he'll probably go back, but he'll probably get sold. I think he'll probably get moved on, to say the very least. But yeah, look, this game, very good one for Wolves. They played well at Anfield, so I'm not surprised if they got the win in here, to say the very least. So yeah, I'm very very happy with them, to get that win, and I look at this Wolves side and I'm like, how are you 17th? How are you 17th in this table? Jose Sa, Gomez, Bueno, Doherty, Shamido, Andre. Andre's been a very good signing, I've got to say. Eight Nuri, Cunha, Bellegarde. They've got a very very good squad, Wolves. So I know Gary O'Neill had the struggles, but I think Vitor Pereira's came in and it's very very good. Unfortunately, it's sort of the end of the very good run for Bournemouth. After what seems like, I know they lost to Liverpool, as well, so that'll be a disappointing result for Bournemouth. But they've had a magnificent season, Bournemouth, to say the very very least. Next season, front three: Gakpo, Cunha, or Isak and Salah. Liverpool retain the Prem. Well, fingers crossed, Gary. Fingers crossed indeed. But huge 3 points for Wolves, and a huge win for Vitor Pereira's side. I think we also need two fullbacks. Robertson passed it. Tsimikas ain't good enough. Trent is basically gone. I also think we need a backup six and a backup centre back. Yeah, absolutely. We need to invest in this team. We definitely need to invest in this team. And I think the positions you've said, Elevator, I think are absolutely spot on. So I would obviously definitely do that. Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2. Poor old Joachim Anderson scoring an own goal, as well. And then Munoz, if you haven't seen Munoz go, wow. Top bins, absolute top bins. So I think you've got to say that that was a very, very good finish. But Palace again, I've got to say, Palace are doing really well under Glasner. There were a few question marks over them at the start of the season when they were on that real bad run. But Palace do seem to have steadied the ship a little bit, and that was a big win actually, as well. And again, Mateta was at the front of it; he was very, very good. Yeah, Munoz was really good as well. And yeah, I think Lacroix, I think that's how you say it, at the back, he was excellent for Palace as well. So real win for that, as well. But Fulham, like, they've had a good season. I think the one thing they need definitely next season is a striker, because I don't think they've got quite the firepower they had. Obviously they've got Jimenez, they've got Muniz. Is Munir Muniz? One of the two. But yeah, I think Fulham are doing well. I think they've had a good season, but unfortunately, Palace were just too good on the day, and good to see Anderson sort of being applauded by obviously Crystal Palace fans. Of course he will. He's a very, very good player, as well. So yeah, I think a very, very good run for Crystal Palace, and yeah, we'll see what develops in the incoming future for Crystal Palace, because they are having a good season. But then again, Fulham are as well, to say the very least. Dan has asked, do we think Trent's getting ready to leave? I think so. I think we need to be prepared. I think it's going to be a case of Trent will definitely want to end the season on a high, and then I think he is off. I think he's probably the one of the three that's not going to sign. I think Salah and Van Dijk, I think, are going to sign. I think there's been more and more inklings towards the fact that Salah is the most happiest he's ever been. Van Dijk looks happy as well. And Van Dijk is already saying, "Look, it's my dream to win, the title as captain." So, that's something to look at, as well. I'm quite certain he'll be off to Madrid next season. I'm confident Salah and VVD will stay. Yeah, absolutely. Rune says, do I know any football clubs in India? Actually, we're good in football, but people here love watching European football. To tell you the truth, I don't know many clubs in India. I know that cricket is big over there. I know cricket is a big sport over in India. But no, I can't say I have, Arun, to say the very least. The powers that be renew their contracts, be stupid to let them go, would have an impact if they let. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree with that. Did you hear that last Salah interview when he said that it may not be his last game for City after all, that he does not know if he stays or not? No, I didn't see that. But if that's the case, that's almost another sign that he's going to be staying. So that is very, very good to say, at the very, very least. As well. I might as well have a drink of my tea as well. So yes, a very, very good win for Crystal Palace at Fulham. We've got two more games, and then we'll go into the midweek fixtures as well. Excuse me. Ipswich 1, Tottenham 4. Yeah, in these days work for Ange Postecoglou. Brennan Johnson opened the scoring, and then got the second goal. Hutchinson pulled one back for Ipswich. Jed Spence did get the next goal, and then it was Kulusevski that got the fourth goal, which was very, very good. As well. That is not an issue. We're not that popular in football. Cricket is a big thing here as of now. Football is growing here as a second sport. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. And I know as well, so, something else will be big over there as well. Well, maybe not, but I know that snooker. I don't know if that is anything else, but I know that snooker becoming a bit of a bigger sport there as well. So, and yes, Tottenham have won 3 Premier League games in a row. Quite incredible. Quite incredible when you think about it. As well, but yeah, this game was all about Brennan Johnson, who had a very good game, to say the very, very least. And Son 2 assists as well. That was very, very good to see. But yeah, easy one for Spurs, to say the very least. Daniel, I have actually. I was at Forest. I was at the Forest game. I was at the Fulham game. I was meant to go to Ipswich, but the weather unfortunately didn't allow me to go because all the trains got cancelled, so couldn't go down to that one. And then I'm going to Newcastle on Wednesday. Going to the Newcastle game on Wednesday. So I'm in Scotland, by the way, if anyone didn't know. So yeah, it's a nice wee train ride down to Liverpool as well. I also mentioned that Everton getting robbed against Manchester United. I I don't think that's a penalty, if I'm being honest. Elevator. I think Ashley Young has made a complete meal of that, and it is a dive. I think it is a dive. I don't think it is a penalty. I think Everton have only got themselves to blame that they didn't take all 3 points, because they should have done, because they were the better team for that game in 65 minutes. So yeah, I think you look at that, and I think that was a very, very good point for Manchester United, because I think they're in a real rut at the moment. So yeah. Our league name is Indian Super League, and Kerala Blasters is one of the popular team here. And please try to Google their stadium images. They are simply superb. Well, I will do that after that. Arun, thank you very, very much as well. Nice one, mate. Only been to Ajax Legends in the pre-season friendly against Sevilla. Oh yeah, I was at the Ajax Legends game as well. That was the one for Sven. God rest his soul. That was a very special day, actually. That was a very, very special day. And I was also at the pre-season friendly against Sevilla as well. So yeah, good minds think alike. But for this game, easy win for Spurs. Absolutely easy win for Spurs. And yeah, they've got City coming up on Wednesday. So that'll be very, very good. And the final game to review, well, this was, how would you say it? Defending of the worst order. Southampton 0, Brighton 4. Southampton are gone, aren't they? I mean, we keep saying it every single week, but they're gone. They're gone now. Wolves winning. They're now on 22 points. So that's now what, 13 behind Wolves. The writing's on the wall. The writing is absolutely on the wall. for Southampton. But Brighton, very, very good away win. Absolutely brilliant away win for Brighton. João Pedro, Rutter, Mitoma, and Hinchelwood. A very easy day's work for Brighton. Real easy game. That just Southampton are just so bad. Imagine what score that could be at Anfield on the 8th of March or the 9th of, no, sorry, is it 8th of March, I should say. 8th of March. Just that could be anything, but yeah, Southampton are just, I mean, they've got some good players. They've got some very, very good players in that team, but Ramsdale, I feel sorry for. Every club he's been at, bar Arsenal, he's got relegated with. Bednarek's been there for ages. I mean, Joe Aribo's at left wing back. Joe Aribo's not been a left wing back for ages. So yeah, Walker Peters is a good player. Ugochukwu, Fernandez, Tyler Diblin's a good player. Sulemana. I think Diblin and Sulemana are probably the players that you'd look at in that Southampton side and say they'll probably be two players to look out for. But they're just, they're gone. They're completely gone. We've got 12 games left. They need a miracle. Safest thing to say. As well. Yeah, João Pedro, man of the match in this game. Goal and assist. Hinchelwood right back. Yeah, easy work for Brighton, to say the very least. And big win. Big win. And that. It was such a poignant moment seeing Sven realise his dream. Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously watched the Amazon documentary, and I think a day later, I think he passed away. So it was really sad to see that. But yeah, it's good to see, and very good win that one was as well. Elliot, hi. Saunders, hello. Hope you're well. Southampton have come up and they're just losing 4-0 every week. I mean, they're just embarrassingly bad. They are shocking. Absolutely shocking. I still can't see them doing worse than Derby in the 11-point season. Well, they need 2 more points, believe it or not. They're on 9 points at the moment. So yes, Elliot, I did see the win for Liverpool. Yes, absolutely amazing result. No, and as Douglas, it might watch it be like a nervy 2-1 win. Yeah, absolutely. But if they lose to our B team last season at Anfield 3-0, the better team this season could be 6 or 7. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's safest thing to say that they're going to go down with a whimper. I think as well. So that was all the matches for the week. We'll just go into the league table, as Liverpool did move 11 points clear of Arsenal, 64 points. Arsenal have 53, Nottingham 47. Man City and Newcastle, with that win against Forest, are now level on points with Manchester City, 3 points behind Forest as well, and 9 behind Arsenal as well. So could Arsenal be potentially caught? I don't think they will. As well, Bournemouth 6th place, 43. Chelsea 43. Aston Villa closing the gap as well. So this 4th place fight is going to be very interesting before the end of the season. Brighton as well, 40 points. Fulham 39. Brentford 37, Tottenham 33, Crystal Palace 33, Everton on 31, Manchester United on 30, West Ham winning at the Emirates with 30, Wolves on 22, and then down at the bottom with Ipswich on 17, Leicester City on 17, and Southampton, as we've said, 9 points as well. So very interesting match week we've had there. So let us just check the next round of matches for the week coming up. So Tuesday we've got Brighton against Bournemouth, Crystal Palace against Aston Villa, Wolves against Fulham, Chelsea against Southampton. Well, surely Chelsea will be back to winning ways for that one, you would assume. Then Wednesday, Brentford against Everton, Manchester United against Ipswich. That's a big game. Manchester United Ipswich, that was a big game. Nottingham Forest Arsenal, Tottenham against Manchester City, Liverpool against Newcastle, and then on Thursday the 27th of February, West Ham against Leicester City. So yes, so that is that. That is match week 26, is it? Yes, 26 done and dusted. as well. So how do you think Southampton do in the Championship season? Should be aiming for playoffs. I think they'll probably get playoffs. I'm quite certain top three will be Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City third. I think so. I think so as well. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched this tonight. I really do appreciate it. And as I said, I will be back with more of these. It is good to be back live with you guys. As well. But if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. It does appreciate. I do appreciate everyone who's tuned in this evening. And also, I have noticed that 31.9% of you who are not subscribed actually watch my videos. So please consider hitting that subscribe button if you do like the content. I really do appreciate it. So, and as I've continued to say, I will be at Anfield on Wednesday for that game against Newcastle United, the dress rehearsal of the Champions League, the Carabao Cup final as well. But guys, I'm going to say that to be honest, it's kind of sad seeing Southampton doing this bad this season. I've seen them do well around 2016 or so. But yeah, absolutely. Steven says, great stream, thank you. And Elevator says, take care. Well, I will see you all very, very soon for another Prem catch up. And from myself, it is good night, and you'll never walk alone. Cheers, guys.